Hello everybody, this is Victor Santana with StockHunters.com for Tuesday, September 6th. Let's take a look and see what has happened in the market today real quick here. We're looking at the daily chart here, each candle representing one day going back 3 months. And we are looking at the U.S. total market, TMW. And with our lines here, the 100, 50, 18, and 8-day moving average, along with our RSI indicator and MACD. So let's take a look. Here we're looking at today's action here. We gapped humongously low and recovered part of it, but we still got that gap here to contend with. The RSI is now below the 30 line here, which we got the getting the setup to possibly look for more longs or a little uptrend possibly coming in. And the MACD looks like we are just right on the zero line here with the little red bars below. Once they pop up, then that would be very positive. So we may see that a little later, or it may continue lower. But for now, we're getting into oversold territory here. So let's keep an eye on this. Pretty much the whole market is similar. So let's take a quick look at it. We'll look at the Dow here. As you can see with the Dow, we got that gap in reverse slightly up higher. We're still under the 18-day moving average, which is not good. And RSI is now coming below to the oversold area. MACD is now a little bit over the zero line with the bar still in the red. So we'll wait and see here. Going to the S&P 500, where we can see a solid line here, straight up. Once we got that gap, continue buyers coming in. We're almost down to the oversold area here. May take a day or two, and the MACD now is just back under the zero mark here, this line. So this is kind of a weak down move, even though it doesn't feel very weak, but based on these trend momentum, momentum's not very strong. Let's go ahead and look at the Nasdaq here. With the Nasdaq here, by looking at this here, it had recaptured the 18-day moving average here in purple, which is very good. So we do like to see the Nasdaq showing strength of all the indices, in which it is in this case. RSI has not dipped down below the 30, so it may have a tendency of heading up higher. It's a possibility, like we've seen right over here in this area, where it reversed and then we had a few days up. So we may have that scenario building up, and we are above the MACD on the zero line, so which is good here. Let's look at the small caps. Small caps is also gapped down and climbed up in price action, but did not recapture the 18-day moving average. We are almost in the oversold area and under the zero line on the MACD. And then now let's look at the global markets. Global markets here, IOO. You can see we are now into the oversold area, so we're getting a setup coming. MACD is under, so we're going to be looking for that little green bar popping up. So we'll see how long it takes for this to get a trigger to consider getting in. Now let's go ahead and look at our actions here. First of all, I'd like to go over LFC. On this one here, we recommended coming in and just pulling back, and it's down here. Momentum was in the green, it's now lower. We're going to go ahead and remove this from our potential buy. So we're going to close this out, even though we never got triggered in, and move on, make room for other new trades. And the same thing with PWRD. This one here we're recommending here, and it just gap lower and continue lower down here. So we're going to be taking this also off of our watch list as well. Okay. Now during the day here, did a tweet here with AEA at near the end of the day. I liked it, put an order, and to my surprise the momentum continued near the end of the day and triggered me in. So 835 was my entry price here. You may want to also still consider it if it breaks above today's highest price, with a sell stop of 751 here, which is a 10% risk here. If you come in at a little higher price, you could tighten this up to right at the bottom of this red candle here. We did get the RSI down, got the setup, and we got the trigger here, and we have this red line that's crossing as well. This is something that I'm looking into to see if this strategy works as well. And this way, instead of watching two indicators, this will help us determine when the trigger price to get in. So we'll watch this. And then DZZ. I've also tweeted this one that I was considering getting in, and we had a small candle here, which I'm not sure if you could see it. It's kind of covered up, and today we have another small spinning top body here. We almost got to the oversold, and looks like it's getting ready to cross over here, and the MACD also hasn't crossed yet, so we haven't gotten a positive. So we're kind of a little early on this one. If you want to consider, enter at the highest price here at 420 with the exit slightly at 10%, just so whatever entry price you get in, give it a 10% wiggle room here. So in my case it was 409, and my exit's 368, which is a 10%. Now, new idea. I just did a scan, and this is what we find. KCI. This one's a medical equipment company. Very low risk, 3.5. So consider entering at the high of today, 67.05, with the exit 64.69, which is right down here. What I like about this is because it's still showing an uptrend here above the 100 and the 50 here, and it's right slightly under the 20. So if you recapture that, then there's a good chance it might head up higher to new 3-month highs. Looking at the RSI here, though, it is just barely coming down here, so we may be a little early. It may pull back a little bit more, but we'll keep an eye on it and see how the action is. But in case if it does get that pop, we'll be right on top of it and in the game here. Alright, now let's look at quickly some of our existing trades coming along. TRH, this is from last week, and recommended getting in here, gapped up, so you would actually be up in this area here. And if we just scroll across here, you're just right at break-even price right now. RSI is still coming down lower here, so there's still a chance that it could pull up if it recovers from that oversold condition. Let's look at RAH, and this one here we entered right over here. Same thing here, we're pretty close, just slightly negative, but we still above the 20, and the 150 is all coming in together. So this is looking strong because it's on the upside of these three lines, the green, the red, and the purple. RSI is now flattening out, so it may reverse and head up higher. MACD is still above the zero line, which is good. We haven't gotten a positive momentum as of yet, but we'll see. If tomorrow's action will be positive, we could see these pop up. And that's pretty much it. We have 5O and SCO. Almost forgot about that one here. And here we recommended getting in here, and it gapped up, entered, and there was still a chance still to get in here, which is where I got in here. Gapped up. Unfortunately, it pulled back all the way down. So this is showing a little bit of weakness, but I'm going to go ahead and stick to my guns and keep that the sell stop here, 52.10, 9%, and see if it recovers and gives us a little profit here. RSI is heading upward. It did cross, so that is a good indication, and we are getting positive green bars here as well. So that pretty much concludes everything, and then till next time, keep your eyes on the market, and I'll see you around soon. Thanks.